Okay. So good afternoon, students, and we will start with the today's lecture. So before that, we will just revise the previous lecture content. So we have defined energy and power in the last lecture. Then we have differentiated between the conventional energy sources and non-conventional energy sources. Okay. So this question is very important because this question was asked in the same examination last time. Okay. Then we have discussed the thermal power plant. Okay. Now construction and working. So this is very important. 7 mark questions that will be asked in the university exam. University exam. So we'll just quickly revise this the construction and working of the thermal power plant. So thermal power plant consists of the boiler, steam turbine connected with the generator, then the condenser, okay, hot well and feed pump. Okay. From condenser it goes to the cooling tower. So what is happened? The function of the boiler is to generate the superheated steam. Superheated steam it enters into the steam turbine. It rotates the blades of the steam turbine. The heat energy is converted into mechanical energy. Then the steam turbine it is connected with the generator, so the mechanical energy is converted into the electrical energy. After doing the work in the steam turbine, the steam enters into the condenser. The steam rejects its heat and convert it into the condensate. That condensate comes into the hot well. Now, because of the release of the heat, the cold water in the condenser it get heated. So that heated water it goes to the cooling tower. Cooling tower cools that water and then again it sent back to the condenser. The condensate or the hot water from the hot well using the feed pump, it is supplied to the economizer tube where its temperature is increased by absorbing the heat energy from these flue gases. Then uh, the water is converted into the wet steam. The wet steam it enters into the superheater tubes, and then that wet steam it is converted into finally superheated steam. Okay. Then we have air preheater. The function of the air preheater is to take the air from the surrounding and heat the air. The heated air it is supplied for the combustion. Okay. The use of heated air enhance the combustion process. Okay. So that is the working of the thermal power plant, and it works on the Rankine cycle. Okay. Now I told you that the now for the remaining thermal for the remaining power plant, you keep this diagram as it is. Which one? The half portion. Okay. So we required. Okay. So this diagram is as it is for the remaining power plants. Okay. So steam turbine, then generator, cooling tower, condenser, hot well, and feed pump. So this diagram is there. Only this one is changed. Okay. I have told you that over here also. Okay. Suppose this one. So for the next power plant, so instead of the detailed diagram, okay, those who that means this I have given you the detailed description. Here you can use this as a boiler also, because in some books it is given something like this. Here only you can tell that is the water is converted into superheated steam, so that is only the function of the boiler. Okay, like this. We have defined all the contents inside this boiler. Okay, may be helpful for you. Otherwise you can go for this one also. So what you have to remember now, you have to remember we have to remove this part only, this much boiler. If you insert here the nuclear reactor, if you insert here this nuclear reactor, so then this become nuclear power plant. Okay. So what do you have to replace? Only this boiler. Okay. We have to replace the remaining part will remain same. Okay. So this diagram remains same for the other power plants. We'll see where this diagram remains same, this part. Okay. So we are replacing now the boiler. Okay. So now we'll go to the next part. So that is the nuclear power plant. Okay. Now what is this nuclear power plant? So this is the question is the explain the construction and working of the nuclear power. Now here you see this one. See this part. Okay. I have told you that this part is common from the thermal power plant. Okay. We have steam turbine, we have generator, then it comes to the condenser, and then it goes to the cooling tower. Okay, then this condensate that is comes into the hot well. Okay, so that hot well is not shown, but you just keep one diagram only. Then using pit pump it comes here. Now here see the boiler is not there, but instead of boiler they are using what? They are using here heat exchanger. Okay, and we have replaced the boiler with what? We have replaced the boiler with the nuclear reactor now. Okay, so this is our nuclear reactor. So what we have replaced? We have replaced this boiler here. Okay, we have replaced this part with this nuclear reactor. Okay, so this is nuclear reactor. Now in thermal power plant we have used coal, plus oil as the for the combustion purpose. Now in the nuclear reactor we are using what? We are using here the nuclear fuel. So which types of fuels we are using here? We are using here unstable radioactive material, thorium, uranium, or plutonium. Okay. Now the rods of this radioactive material, they are placed here. So these are the rods of these are the fuel rods. Okay, so that are placed here. Okay. Now, which type of reaction occurs inside the nuclear reactor? So the reaction which is occur, that is called the fission reaction. Okay. Now, what happens in this fission process? So this uranium, suppose we have taken this radioactive material as uranium atom. So this uranium nucleus, it is bombarded with the neutron, and when this neutron strike this uranium nucleus, so then it splits up into two lighter elements. Okay. Now if you calculate the mass of this lighter element, so this is suppose m1 and this is suppose m2. So if we calculate this m1 plus m2 and this is m, so then we will find that this m1 plus m2 is less than this m. That means some amount of mass get lost. And according to the Einstein, what is his equation? He says that if the mass is lot, then it is converted into what? It is converted into energy. So we get a lot of energy here. Okay. So that is the generation of energy because of what? The fission process. Similarly, this reaction also generates the neutron. Okay. Now this neutron is used for the next the chain reaction. Okay. So then this neutron strike the another uranium nucleus, and then nucleus then it generates again the two lighter elements and lot of energy. Okay. Then again it will generate one neutron, it will strike another uranium nucleus. So this is what the process, the reaction it goes on, and that's why this is called as the chain reaction. Okay. So each reaction generates the neutron, that neutron strike the another nucleus of the nucleus of radioactive material, and then again the neutrons is generated. Okay. So this fission process, it generates the neutrons and a lot of energy in this process. Okay. So these are placed uranium, this radioactive material, these are placed in the form of what? Fuel rods. So this is our uranium. Okay. Here we have uranium and here we have uranium. Okay. And then it is bombarded with the neutrons here. Okay. Now what happened? Now we have performed the the reaction, and we got a lot of energy inside this nuclear reactor. Okay. So that is because of which process? The fission process or fission reaction. Okay. And continuously a chain reaction is going on here in the nuclear reactor, and energy is generated. Okay. And along with that, the neutrons are also producing. We are also generating, or we are producing the neutrons. Okay. So that is there. Then now once the lot of energy is generated inside this nuclear reactor, now what happens if that energy exceeds? Okay, so we have to control that energy now. So for controlling that energy, we are using what? Control rods. Okay, because this energy must be in a safe limit. Okay, because there is a continuous chain reaction, and we have to we have to observe that energy, and it should be in a safe limit. So to keep that energy in a safe limit, we are using here what? Control rods. So control rods are this one, two. This is the control rod. These are made up of cadmium or the boron. Now what is the function of these control rods? The control rods, now they absorb. Okay. So we have here, this is control rods. So control rods, what way? The control rods, this takes the here. Okay. When the control blades are fully inserted, they absorb so many neutrons. So control rods absorb the neutrons. Now what happened when the control rods absorb the neutrons? We required neutrons for the chain reaction, but when the neutrons get absorbed, the intensity of this reaction get decreased. So the amount of energy generated, it get decreased. Okay, that means it comes to its safe limit. So function of the control rod is to what? To absorb the it absorbs the neutrons. Okay, it absorbs the neutrons, and it keep the chain reaction or fusion process inside the nuclear reactor to a safe limit. Okay, so these cadmium and borons are used to absorb the neutrons which are generated in the fission process. So that is there. Okay. Now, along with these control rods, we have moderators also here. Now, what is the function of this moderator? So, moderators now it controls the generation of energy here. Okay, and it keeps that the generation of energy to a safe limit. Okay, now it moderates. Okay, it sees how much amount of energy is generating, and it will indicate the system that the energy is within safe limit or not. The difference between these control rods and moderator is what? Control rods absorb the neutrons, but moderator they keep the reaction within the safe limit without absorbing the neutrons. Okay, so that's the difference between these control rods and the moderators. Moderators slow down the neutrons. Okay, they slow down the neutrons and regulates the generation of energy, while control rods directly absorb the neutrons and then controls the amount of energy generated in the nuclear reactor. Okay, so what we have seen? We have seen the Okay, so we have seen the different components of this nuclear reactor. As one is the control, that is the fuel rods. The fuel rods are made up of, okay, so we have seen this is fuel rod here. So this is fuel. The fuel rods are made up of these nuclear fuel. Okay, you can use either thorium, uranium, or plutonium. So that is placed here. Now, when this radioactive material is bombarded with the neutron, it is converted into two lighter elements plus it generates the neutron. Now, because of the generation of this lighter element, it generates a lots of energy. Okay, and the process is called as the fission reaction. Okay. Now, because of fission reaction, a lot of energy is generated inside the nuclear reactor. Okay. Now, this energy is here now. Okay, we have generated a lot of energy because of the nuclear fission process or reaction, and there is continuous the reaction taking place. So we call that as a chain reaction. Now we have to control that energy. So for controlling that energy, we have two things. One is control rods, which are made up of cadmium and boron. Now the function of the control rod is that they absorb these neutrons. Okay, they absorb these neutrons. Okay, so they absorb the neutrons and control the amount of energy generated inside the nuclear reactor. Moderator, they slow down the neutrons. Okay, they slow down the neutrons. Now once the neutron gets slowed down, the amount of energy generated in the nuclear reactor, we can we can control that energy generation. Okay, the difference between control rods and moderator is what? Control rod absorb the neutron, while moderator they only slow down the neutrons and didn't or doesn't absorb the neutrons. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay. Now what is happened here inside the nuclear reactor? We have here a lot of energy generated inside the nuclear reactor. Now we have to use this energy. Now for what purpose we will use this energy? We have seen in thermal power plant. We are using here steam turbine. So we require here what? Superheated steam. Okay, we require here superheated steam. Now we know that here the condensate, that means this is the feed water. Okay, this is feed water. Now water is coming here in the heat exchanger. Now in this tube we have the water. Now steam turbine require what? They require superheated steam. Okay, so here the water must be converted into superheated steam. So how the water is converted into superheated steam? When it will get the heat energy. Now this heat energy, it comes from what? Nuclear reactor. So there must be something which will enters into this nuclear reactor and takes the heat energy, and then that heat energy will be supplied to this water. Okay. So we are using here coolant. Which type of the coolant we are using here? Carbon dioxide, helium, liquid metals like sodium or potassium. Suppose we are using out of these three, one, two, and three, you can use anything here as a coolant. Now, suppose we are using carbon dioxide. Now, if carbon dioxide is flowing through this circuit, so that carbon dioxide it enters into the nuclear reactor, then that carbon dioxide it absorbs the heat energy that is generated inside this nuclear reactor, and then when it comes in contact with this water, with this circuit in the heat exchanger, then while flowing through this heat exchanger, that carbon dioxide, it releases its energy to the water. And when this water, it absorbs that energy, then it is converted into superheated steam. And that superheated steam, then it enters into steam turbine. It rotates the blades of the steam turbine. Then it is connected with the generator. So mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. Now, after doing the work in the steam turbine, it comes in the condenser. It rejects it heat to the condenser, and then the steam is converted into condensate. The condensate comes in the hot well, and then through feed pump, it is again taken into the heat exchanger. Okay, there is another supply of water also here. That is from the river. Okay, this is the extra supply of the water. This is from the river also. So that circuit is not shown, but there is the additional circuit which is coming from the river. Now, whatever the water which is get heated in the condenser, that is taken to the cooling tower, where it gets cool, and the cooling water, it is again supplied to the condenser. Okay, so this is the working of your the nuclear
आज लेक्चर फ्री
power.
सांगितले आम्ही तेवढे पबजी खेळतो. अरे ते केलं तर जमतंय लिव्ह मीटिंग करायचं नंतर जॉईन व्हायचं कशाला.
Okay, so uh, see, so this is the working of the nuclear power plant. So it is just similar to the the thermal power plant. Only the difference is what, instead of the boiler, we are using here what, nuclear reactor. Okay, so we are using here nuclear reactor. You generate the heat energy inside this nuclear reactor. Then that heat energy is absorbed by the coolant. Okay, and then that when that coolant when it enters into the heat exchanger, then that coolant, it transfer its heat energy to the water flowing through this pipe. Water is converted into superheated steam. Then the remaining circuit is similar to the thermal power plant. This is same. So what you have to remember here, you have to remember the what the fuel rod, what the function of fuel rods are consist of this nuclear fuel. Then we have these control rods and then moderators. Okay, so function of control rods and function of the moderator. So that you have to remember. Okay, so this is the working of your nuclear power plant. Now, what are the advantages of this nuclear power plant? So large quantity of energy is released by a very small amount of fuel. Okay, compared to the other conventional thermal power plants. Okay, so here the generation of energy is very large. Okay, so large quantity of energy is released here. Problem of large amount of fuel transportation. So that is there in case of the thermal power plant. From the coal mines, we have to take the coal and for the thermal power plant. But here there is no that type of the uh, problem is there for fuel transportation. So this fuel transportation cost is saved here. Also, there is the storage facility. Okay, we don't require here storage facility. While in thermal power plant, we have to store that coal, but here we don't require any storage facility. It does not cause any air pollution. Okay, as the pollution is caused using the coal, that is in thermal power plant. Now it reduces the demand on the depleting sources and rising cost of the fuel like coal, oil, and gas. Okay, we can use this as an alternative for this type of the fuels. It needs less space compared to the conventional thermal power plant. Okay, so the space requirement is also less for this nuclear power plant. Performance of this plant is very high. Okay, so this is very high for this nuclear power plant. Now, what are the disadvantages for this one? Capital cost is very high. Okay, so we have seen capital cost in case of thermal power plant, it is less, but here it is very high. Okay, it needs trained manpower, while in thermal power plant we don't require that much skilled person. We require the skilled person, but very few. Okay, but here, while operating the nuclear power plant, we require trained manpower. It has a problem of radioactive waste disposal, so this is very dangerous. Though thermal power plant, it causes the health issues, but as compared to the thermal power plant, these radioactive waste materials, these are very dangerous. Okay, now high degree of safety is needed for persons working on these plants against the nuclear radiations. So the safety is must for every power plant, but here very high degree of safety is needed. Okay, so because we are in contact with the radioactive the radioactive particles there. So a high degree of safety is needed. Okay. Now cost of the power generation we already seen, this is very high as nuclear fuel is very expensive. So cost of the power generation is very high here. Okay, because this nuclear fuel is very expensive. Okay, as compared to the thermal power plant where coal is cheap. Okay, we have seen the coal is cheap, but this nuclear fuel is very costly. Okay, so these are the advantages and disadvantages of this nuclear power plant. Okay, so this is the final conclusions of your nuclear power plant. So only one thing you have to I already told you. Just remember one thing here. Okay. Hmm? So keep the diagram of thermal power plant as it is. So this is your thermal power plant diagram. The right hand side of the thermal power plant. Instead of in our diagram here we have the boiler. In thermal power plant here we have the boiler. Instead of that, just put it heat exchanger. Now we require the source of heat there. Okay, we require the source of here heat energy. For thermal power plant, the heat energy it comes from the boiler. Now in nuclear power plant, it comes from the nuclear reactor. So here you have to draw the diagram of nuclear reactor. In nuclear reactor, you have to draw here the fuel rod, then the moderator and control rods. Okay, and then when the energy generated in the nuclear reactor, there must be something which will take this energy and then it is supplied to the feed water which is coming from this feed pump. So we are using here the coolants. So coolant may be in the form of carbon dioxide, helium, or liquid metals. So this coolant absorbs the heat from this nuclear reactor and then it supply that heat to this water flowing through the tubes in the heat exchanger. So when this water absorbs this heat, it is converted into superheated steam, and then superheated steam goes to steam turbine, and then condenser, cooling tower, and then it comes again back to the heat exchanger. Okay, so this is the simple working of your nuclear power plant. Okay. Okay, and remember advantages and disadvantages because this is also asked for the 3 marks. So whenever you are writing the advantage and disadvantage, just compare with the other thermal power plants. So here we have seen it doesn't cause any pollution, but coal causes the pollution. Okay, something like this. Now here nuclear fuel is very costly, but coal is very cheap. Okay, so likewise you have to remember the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so disadvantages and disadvantages, these are for 3 to 4 marks. Okay, that is asked in the examination. Okay, now next okay. So if you have any difficulty regarding the construction and working of this nuclear power plant, so you can ask. Otherwise, we'll then shift to the next power plant then. Okay. Anyone is having any difficulty? Ganesh Borate. Ganesh? Ganesh Borate.
Which one, sir?
Ganesh
There are
Barate.
two Ganesh Bharati. But which one?
This one,
I am also Ganesh Bharati.
green one, green one, green.
Okay, sir.
Next Barate. Ganesh Barate.
Yes, sir.
Explain the working of nuclear power plant.
Sir,
Hmm. Hmm.
sir, मी नव्हतो तो.
Still explain the working. हाँ चलो एक्सप्लेन करो. हाँ ते कोण होतं ते माहिती पडतं ते रेकॉर्डिंग सुरू आहे आपले त्यात काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही. You explain the working. I have just explained the working of nuclear power plant. So you now just explain this one. काय काय असतं न्यूक्लिअर पॉवर प्लांट मध्ये सांग.
External shield, sir, and
कशासाठी असते एक्सटर्नल शील्ड?
control.
What is the function of this external shield?
External shield is the
हे कशासाठी असतं एक्सटर्नल?
इ-
न्यूक्लिअर पॉवर प्लांटला एक्सटर्नल शील्ड कशासाठी लावायची? हो,
रॉड्स रॉड्स साठी.
रॉडसाठी. एक्सटर्नल शील्ड कशासाठी लावतात न्यूक्लिअर पॉवर प्लांट मध्ये? कारण we are using here nuclear fuel, okay, radioactive material. This is very hazardous for the human health. So we have to apply here high degree of safety. आणि सेफ्टी साठी काय करावं लागेल? ते रेडिओएक्टिव्ह पार्टिकल्स बाहेर येऊ नये म्हणून आपण काय करतो? हिअर वी अप्लाय हिअर दी एक्सटर्नल शील्ड.
एक्सटर्नल शील्ड.
हा, ते कशासाठी वापरतो? की जे आतमध्ये रिएक्शन सुरू आहे न्यूक्लिअर मटेरियलची, न्यूक्लिअर फ्युएलची, हा, तर ते काय जनरेट करतील? रेडिओएक्टिव्ह मटेरियल जनरेट करेल, है ना, पार्टिकल जनरेट करतील. आणि दिस रेडिओएक्टिव्ह पार्टिकल्स आर व्हेरी डेंजरस. सो आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल? वी हॅव टू कीप इट इनसाइड ओनली. ते बाहेर निघायला नको म्हणून आपण काय करतो? त्याला बाहेरून एक एक्सटर्नल शील्ड अप्लाय करतो. व्हॉट इज द नाव फ्युएल रॉड्स काय करेल? फ्युएल रॉड्स कुठले यूज करतो आपण?
फ्यूल रॉड्स.
फ्युएल रॉड्स म्हणजे काय? कुठलं फ्युएल आपण वापरतोय? कुठलं फ्युएल वापरतोय आपण? वी आर युझिंग अनस्टेबल रेडिओएक्टिव्ह मटेरियल.
अनस्टेबल रेडिओ मटेरियल.
वी आर युझिंग थोरियम, युरेनियम,
uranium.
Okay, then which type of reaction is occurring inside the nuclear reactor? कुठली रिएक्शन होते थोरियम सोबत? Which type of reaction is occurring inside this nuclear reactor? कुठली रिएक्शन होते?
न्यूक्लिअर.
कुठली रिएक्शन होते? तिला नाही, ते रिएक्शन होते. न्यूक्लिअर कुठलं आहे? न्यूक्लिअर
फ्युजन.
न्यूक्लिअर
फ्युजन.
or it is bombarded with the neutrons. And while doing this, it generates also called as fission reaction. जो न्यूट्रॉन जनरेट होतो, ठीक आहे, तो पुन्हा दुसऱ्या युरेनियमच्या दुसऱ्या न्यूक्लियसला स्ट्राईक करतो. ओके, तिथे न्यूट्रॉन काय स्ट्राईक करतो. So we have to control that neutron. ते कोण कंट्रोल करेल? त्या न्यूट्रॉन्सला कोण कंट्रोल करेल? सो कंट्रोल रॉड्स आर यूज फॉर कंट्रोलिंग फॉर ऍब्झॉर्बिंग द न्यूट्रॉन्स. न्यूट्रॉन्सला जर कॅप्चर केलं तर काय होईल? एनर्जी जनरेशन आपल्या लिमिटमध्ये राहील. ओके, सो वी आर युझिंग व्हॉट? कंट्रोल रॉड्स. देन वी आर युझिंग मॉडरेटर. एक तर काय करायचं? त्या न्यूट्रॉन्सला आयदर you slow down that neutrons or you neutrons. So slow down कोण करतो? मॉडरेटर करतो. आणि ऍब्झॉर्ब कोण करतो? कंट्रोल रॉड्स करतो. हा, येस. हु इज आस्किंग द क्वेश्चन?
सर, ते कंट्रोल रॉड्सचे टिप्स कशाचे असतात? हॅलो सर.
कंट्रोल रॉड्स मेड अप ऑफ कॅडमियम और बोरॉन.
त्याचे टिप्स
कंट्रोल रॉड्स आर मेड अप ऑफ कॅडमियम और बोरॉन.
ते चेर्नोबिल इन्सिडेंट मध्ये त्याचे टिप्स ग्राफाइटचे असतात ना, मग ते काय झालं असतं एक्झॅक्टली?
कशाचे?
ते आता चेर्नोबिल इन्सिडेंट तुम्हाला माहितीच असेल.
हा, येस येस.
तर त्याच्यामध्ये
कंट्रोल रॉड्स मे बी ओके.
ते जे टिप्स ग्राफाइटचे असतात ना, म्हणून जेव्हा ते सगळं रॉड्स बाहेर काढतात आणि जेव्हा ते आत घेतात त्यामुळे रिॲक्शन वाढते का जोरात?
हा, तो काय करतात आता इथे? तो काय करतो? हाऊ इट ऍब्सॉर्ब. सो the control rods काय करतो की when we have to reduce the rate of reaction, so you have to take it out. See, so when the control blades are fully inserted, है ना,
Yes.
ते कंट्रोल ब्लेड जेव्हा फुल्ली इन्सर्ट राहील तेव्हा काय करेल, ते ऍब्सॉर्ब दी न्यूट्रॉन्स आणि आपल्याला आणि न्यूट्रॉन ऍब्सॉर्ब केल्यामुळे काय होईल की चेन रिएक्शन ही कमी होईल आपली, है ना. आणि
Yes.
जर ती आतमध्ये पुटअप केली, जर ती कंट्रोल रॉड जर आपण आतमध्ये त्याला पुटअप केलं तर काय होईल, इट विल इन्क्रीज दी रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन.
Okay.
ठीक आहे ना.
हम्म.
ऑपोजिट. ठीक आहे ना.
Yes, yes, yes.
सो कसं आहे ना, नाही मी काय सांगितलंय की दॅट इज द रिव्हर्स वे ट्रू. सॉरी, वन थिंग की कंट्रोल रॉड जर इन्सर्ट असेल आतमध्ये, ठीक आहे ना. वेर इज द कंट्रोल, कंट्रोल रॉड जर आतमध्ये इन्सर्ट असेल तर तो काय करेल, आपण काय म्हटलं आहे की इट ऍब्झॉर्ब दी न्यूट्रॉन्स. जर
Okay.
कंट्रोल रॉड्स आतमध्ये इन्सर्ट असेल तर तो काय करेल, जास्त न्यूट्रॉन्स ऍब्झॉर्ब करेल. तो काय करेल, जास्त न्यूट्रॉन ऍब्झॉर्ब करेल ना, त्यामुळे चेन रिएक्शन काय होईल, स्लो होईल. स्लो होईल. आणि आपल्याला वाढवायची असेल तर रिएक्शन काय करायचं, या कंट्रोल लॉटला काय करायचं,
बाहेर
वर शिफ्ट करायचं. वर शिफ्ट केलं, बाहेर घ्यायचं. वर शिफ्ट केल्यामुळे काय होईल की क्वांटिटी ऑफ न्यूट्रॉन ऍब्झॉर्बेशन ही काय होईल, कमी होईल आपलं. कमी झालं म्हणजे काय होईल, रिएक्शन वाढेल. जास्त
Yes.
न्यूट्रॉन अवेलेबल असेल तर रिएक्शन काय होईल, जास्त होईल. ठीक आहे ना.
येस.
ओके. सो इन्सर्ट जर असेल आतमध्ये, सो इट विल ऍब्झॉर्ब मोर न्यूट्रॉन, इट स्लो डाऊन द रिएक्शन. आणि वर जर घेतला कंट्रोल रॉड्सला, ते लिफ्ट केलं जर आपण त्याला, तर इट विल ऍब्झॉर्ब लेस नंबर ऑफ न्यूट्रॉन्स अँड इट विल एनहान्स द रिएक्शन. जास्त ऍब्झॉर्ब कमी झाले म्हणजे काय, तिथे जास्त न्यूट्रॉन्स अवेलेबल आहे फॉर रिएक्शन. आणि जास्त ऍब्झॉर्ब केले म्हणजे काय, तिथे कमी न्यूट्रॉन्स आहे रिएक्शनसाठी. ठीक आहे ना.
येस सर.
ओके. ओके. So this is regarding what the nuclear power plant. Okay. Now we'll shift to the next type of the thermal power plant, that is called the solar thermal power plant. Okay. Yes.
कोळसा यूज काय होतो? काय होतो कोळ्याचं?
काय मला ऐकू येत नाही. व्यवस्थित.
कोलांटचा यूज काय? कोलांट पंप आणि कोलांट आहे ना तिथं?
कुलंट पंप हे.
सॉरी, कुलंट.
कुलंटचा काय फायदा होईल की फायदा होईल इकडे बघा आता, की आपण काय केलंय, इन न्यूक्लिअर रिएक्टर वी हॅव जनरेटेड अ लॉट ऑफ अमाऊंट ऑफ एनर्जी. आता या न्यूक्लिअर रिएक्टर मध्ये एनर्जी खूप जनरेट झाली आहे. ठीक आहे. पायल.
येस सर.
तर या न्यूक्लिअर रिएक्टर मध्ये खूप एनर्जी जनरेट झाली. आता ती एनर्जी बाहेर कशी काढायची, कारण ती बाहेर येणार नाहीये ना. आपण डायरेक्ट तिला बाहेर काढू शकत नाही एनर्जीला. तर काय करावं लागेल, कोणतरी आतमध्ये जाऊन ती एनर्जी ऍब्झॉर्ब करेल आणि बाहेर आल्यानंतर ती एनर्जी ती कोणाला देईल, आपल्या वॉटरला देईल. ठीक आहे. मग आता याच्या आतमध्ये कोण जाईल न्यूक्लिअर रिएक्टर मध्ये, तर न्यूक्लिअर रिएक्टर मध्ये कोण जातो, कुलंट जातो आतमध्ये, है ना. तो कुलंट कुठल्या फॉर्म मध्ये जातो, कार्बन डायऑक्साईड, हेलियम, लिक्विड मेटल, सोडियम आणि पोटॅशियम. तो न्यूक्लिअर रिएक्टरच्या आतमध्ये जाईल आणि आतमध्ये गेल्यानंतर तो काय करेल की जी एनर्जी न्यूक्लिअर रिएक्टर मध्ये जनरेट झाली ती ऍब्झॉर्ब करेल. ठीक आहे. आणि ती एनर्जी कुठे घेऊन येईल, तो बाहेर घेऊन येईल. कुठे, हीट एक्सचेंजर मध्ये. आणि बाहेर आल्यानंतर इट विल गिव्ह इट्स एनर्जी टू द वॉटर. ती एनर्जी कोणाला देईल, तो वॉटरला देईल इथे. ठीक आहे. वॉटरला दिल्यामुळे काय होईल, वॉटर विल बी कन्व्हर्टेड इन टू सुपरहीटेड स्टीम. आणि सुपरहीटेड स्टीम कुठे जाईल, सुपरहीटेड स्टीम विल गो टू द स्टीम टर्बाइन. इट विल रोटेट द ब्लेड्स ऑफ द टर्बाइन अँड देन इट इज कनेक्टेड विथ द जनरेटर. आता थर्मल पॉवर प्लांटचा हा रिपिटेशन करायचं इथे. आपल्याला स्टीम टर्बाइन रोटेट करण्यासाठी काय लागतो, आपल्याला वी रिक्वायर्ड सुपरहीटेड स्टीम. आपल्याला
येस सर.
कुलंट न्यूक्लिअर रिएक्टर मध्ये आतमध्ये जाईल आणि तिथून हीट ऍब्झॉर्ब करून तो हीट कोणाला रिलीज करेल, या वॉटरला रिलीज करेल.
हीट एक्सचेंजर मध्ये.
हीट एक्सचेंजर मध्ये रिलीज करेल. न्यूक्लिअर रिएक्टर मध्ये आपल्याला कोणतरी आतमध्ये जाऊन ते हीट ऍब्झॉर्ब करायला पाहिजे ना, त्यासाठी आपण काय युज करतो, कुलंट युज करतो.
कुलंट. ओके.
ठीक आहे. लेट मी शो यू. थांब एक मिनिट. आय विल शो यू दिस थिंग. वन थिंग इज रिमेनिंग. This one, see this one.
In this video.
Okay. Now this is the thing. See, this is our nuclear reactor. हे काय आपलं nuclear reactor आहे. Now this is the coolant. हे जे portion दिसतोय, now this tube is called, this is the tube through which the coolant is flowing. ठीक है? Now this coolant it enters into the nuclear reactor. It absorbs the heat energy from the nuclear reactor and then it comes to the heat exchanger. This is heat exchanger. Heat exchanger मध्ये काय? The heat exchanger consists of the water. So that coolant it releases its heat to the water and water is converted into superheated steam. Then that superheated steam it rotates the steam turbine. So this is steam turbine. Okay. So this is the working of your nuclear reactor. Okay. So this is nuclear reactor. These are the fuel rods. This is the fission process, and it generates the energy. This is the coolant flowing inside the nuclear reactor. This is our heat exchanger. Okay. So this is the working of your nuclear reactor. Clear? What is our final goal? To convert water into superheated steam, and for that conversion we require heat. From where this heat is, we get this heat from the nuclear reactor. Okay. So that thing you have to remember. Okay. Now let us take the another type of the thermal power plant. Okay, we are dealing with thermal power plant only. So the next type of thermal power plant is what? It is a solar thermal power plant. Now here also you see this one. This part is same diagram काढायची. Thermal power plant मधली right hand side मधली diagram, same diagram. Okay, here steam turbine, this is condenser, then it goes to the cooling tower. You draw here cooling tower. Here it is not shown. Just draw the same diagram here. Okay, hot well, feed pump, everything, and then heat exchanger. Instead of boiler, we have to take here heat exchanger. Now here also this is same. We are using steam turbine. So we required what here? Superheated steam. आता superheated steam कुठून येईल? Water पासून. Okay, इथे आपल्याकडे काय आहे? Water is flowing inside this tube. So water कशामध्ये convert करायचं आहे? We have to convert that water into superheated steam. So we required heat here. आता heat कुठून येईल? So that heat will come from the solar energy. Now for absorbing the solar energy, we are using here a flat plate collector. So this flat plate collector, this consists of the black surface. Okay, here it consists of black surface. Solar energy is incident on this black surface, and energy is stored inside this flat plate collector. Okay, so this energy is collected. Now what happened? We have trapped the solar energy inside the flat plate collector. Okay, so here there is a lot of that heat energy is trapped here. Okay, inside this flat plate collector. Now आता आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल? We have to take that heat from this flat plate collector. So we have to send someone, है ना, कोणीतरी आतमध्ये जाऊन ते heat absorb करायला पाहिजे. So we are sending the low temperature fluid here, or we are sending here low temperature gas. So here we are using butane gas. Okay, in solar thermal power plant, we are using here butane gas. So butane gas will flow through this pipe. It will enter into the flat plate collector. It will absorb the heat which is trapped inside this flat plate collector, and then that heat is released to the water in the heat exchanger. So when this water it receives the heat from this butane gas, so that water is converted into superheated steam. Superheated steam goes to the steam turbine. Steam turbine is connected with the generator. Then it enters into the condenser. Then hot water goes to the cooling tower. Then condensate is collected in the hot well. Okay. Then the condensate, that hot water using pit pump, it is again supplied to the heat exchanger. Okay. Here there is the extra supply of the water from the river also. Okay. So that is not shown. So here also the same things are there. The right hand side is same as that of the thermal power plant. Only we have changed the left hand side part. So this left hand side part includes what? It includes the flat plate collector. Okay. So this is the flat plate collector here. Okay, so I've understood this one. This is also very simple. See, for each and every plant, what we are changing? We are changing only the left-hand side part. This part we are changing. Okay, this part. See, in solar thermal power plant, we are using here flat plate collector. In nuclear reactor, we are using here what? We are using here this nuclear reactor. In nuclear power plant, we are using nuclear reactor. This part is same. Okay. And in case of thermal power plant, we have used the boiler, and this part is same. This part is same. Okay. So if you are using boiler, thermal power plant. If you are using the nuclear reactor, nuclear power plant. And if you are using the flat plate collector, so then it becomes what? Solar thermal power plant. Okay? Now you see this one. See, this is our sun, and we are here. This is flat plate collector. Okay, so we will receive the sun rays or radiations from from the sun. So we have here what the this solar collector, it traps that energy. Okay, it traps that energy. Now that energy is collected using the coolant. So this is the we have to use here the coolant, and then that coolant takes that heat, and then that heat is given to the water. Water is converted into steam. Steam rotate the turbine it rotate the generator, and then there is a generation of electricity. Okay, so this is the working of your solar thermal power plant. So it is a very simple thing that here, instead of the last time we have used nuclear reactor, so instead of nuclear reactor, we are using here what? Flat plate collector. So whenever there is the solar thermal power plant, so we have to use flat plate collector. Okay, so this is the flat plate collector. What is the function of this flat plate collector? So flat plate collector, it traps the solar energy, and and the heat energy is stored inside the, so heat energy is trapped here, or it is stored inside this flat plate collector. So function of the flat plate collector is to trap solar energy and convert that into heat energy. Then using the butane gas which is flowing through this circuit, the butane gas absorbs this heat energy, and when that butane gas it comes in contact with our feed water, which is supplied here. Okay, so it gives its heat to the water. That water is converted into superheated steam. Superheated steam, it comes into steam turbine, then generate electricity, comes in the condenser, then it comes again back here. Okay, and here we have the cooling tower. Hot water, it is cooling tower. Okay, so is it clear? So this is the simple one, that is the solar thermal power plant. So, okay, so just remember this one. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of the solar thermal power plant? Solar power plant does not require fuel. Thermal power plant requires coal. The nuclear power plant requires radioactive material, but we don't require here because the solar energy is available free of cost. Now we have the fuel, the fossil fuels are depleting, so this is the alternative, and this is inexhaustible source of energy. We have seen in the this difference between these two. Now it is what it is clean and non-polluting, while this thermal and radioactive material, these are polluting source of energy. It has low running and maintenance cost, while this thermal and nuclear, they required the maintenance and the running cost. Okay, what are the disadvantage of this solar thermal power plant? Sunlight is not available with all these, that is the same intensity. सकाळी आपल्याला कमी सूर्यप्रकाश मिळेल, दुपारी जास्त मिळेल, संध्याकाळी कमी मिळेल. त्यामुळे काय होईल, जनरेशन ऑफ दी सोलर that is generation of this heat energy, so that will vary. Okay, so intensity is not same at all time. Okay, so solar energy is intermittent because it is not available during the night. आपल्याला नाईटला solar energy available राहणार नाही. So that is the disadvantages of the solar thermal power plant. Now solar energy is dilute and spread out. Solar energy trap करण्यासाठी we required large collection area. Okay, so because of this, the solar energy initial cost of this plant is very high, and after that we have to store this energy also. So storage of the solar energy is also expensive. Okay, so these are some of the disadvantages of the solar thermal power plant. Okay, what are the advantages? It is a free source of energy, and it is non-polluting. Okay, so these are only the advantages of this the solar thermal power plant. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, now okay. So now the one thing, let me show you this one. The final summary of this. Now the total lecture is, okay. See, we have seen the first is the thermal power plant. Okay, thermal. This is thermal power plant. Okay. Now, what is the diagram for this one? Use boiler here. Okay, use boiler. Then we have here this right hand side is remain same. Use here turbine. Okay, use turbine. Then use here condenser. Then cooling tower and everything. So you write down that diagram here. So we have used boiler. Okay. This is the thermal power plant. If you use here nuclear reactor, then it becomes nuclear thermal power plant. And if you use here solar collector, flat plate collector, so then it becomes solar thermal power plant. Okay, just remember these are the thermal power plants. We are converting heat energy into the electrical energy. Okay, so that you have to remember. Okay, so flat plate collector in solar thermal power plant, then nuclear reactor in case of the nuclear power plant, and here this is the boiler. Okay, so just only change this boiler into the heat exchanger. या बॉयलरला काय करायचं, हीट एक्सचेंजर मध्ये कन्वर्ट करायचं आणि इकडे काय करायचं, यू अटॅच दी न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर. So it is nuclear power plant. If you remove this one and if you use here flat plate collector, so then this becomes the solar thermal power plant. So this is the only difference you have to change the diagram, something like this. Okay. So this is regarding the two power plants. That is, one is the nuclear power plants and another one is what, the solar thermal power plant. Okay. So remaining power plant we will discuss in our next lecture. If you have any doubt, you can ask me here, or otherwise we will stop here. Okay. So thank you very much.